Hi friends, welcome to my channel. If you're new, welcome back if you're a returning subscriber. My name's Jonathan. I make luxury videos, unboxings, and reviews. And today I thought we would talk about the top 5 designer handbags in my collection that I use the most. So let's get into it. Before I get started with today's video, if you could do me a favor and hit that like and subscribe button, it really does help my channel grow. I make videos every Friday as well as shorts every other day. So if you like that kind of content or simply want to see more of me, then definitely hit that like and subscribe button. And without further ado, let's get into today's video. So this video was requested by my friend Pamela. Hi Pamela. So last week I had done a tag video expressing 10 things that annoy me with the bags that I have in my collection. So Pamela had commented saying that she wanted to see the 5 handbags that I use the most in my collection. So that's what we're going to be doing today. So we're going to start off with the least most used handbag and then work towards the most used handbag. So starting off with number 5. So bag number 5 is going to be none other than my Louis Vuitton shopper tote. I know I had mentioned this in last week's video just because of how soft this leather is and how easily that it can scratch or stain, but I do tend to still grab this bag even though those factors are something that I consider, just because I absolutely find this bag very functional. It does fit quite a bit of stuff in there. And so when I use this bag, I don't necessarily have to compromise about what things I want to bring with me compared to some of my other smaller handbags. Even though this leather is still delicate, I still find myself grabbing this shopper tote. Bag number 4 is going to be none other than my Michael Kors Jet Set logo backpack. I know I don't do too many videos on this bag. However, I do use this bag quite often now, especially for work. Now that I have to bring in my laptop a little bit more to the office, I obviously bring a backpack just so that way I can fit it in there, because unfortunately my work laptop does not fit into my Speedy 30. So I have to bring my backpack. So other than that, if I didn't have to bring my laptop, I probably would not get as much use of this. But I am happy that I am getting a little bit more use of this bag now, just because it has been sitting in my collection for quite some time. And I have tried on multiple occasions to sell this piece. However, the offers that I get for these items just doesn't justify me selling them. And now I'm able to use it again. So if I had sold it, I would have to probably figure out another bag that I could have in my collection that could fit my work laptop. So happy to have this one and happy to be using this one a little bit more. So bag number 3 is going to be none other than my Louis Vuitton Keepall XS in the monogram Eclipse. I absolutely love this bag. As I mentioned in my last week's video, I would prefer the Keepall XS over the Nano Speedy, just because I do find that this size does fit just a little bit more than the Nano Speedy, and I find that the opening is a little bit more generous than the Nano Speedy, and it just allows me to get my things in and out of there a lot easier, in my opinion. And so it is very unfortunate that Louis Vuitton has discontinued this size. And I really do hope that they bring it back. I know that they replaced it with the Keepall 25, but to be honest with you, I don't necessarily know how I would feel about that bag. I haven't yet to try it on, but I really do love the Keepall XS. I think this size is very perfect, and I'm so happy that I have this one in my collection. I honestly grab this one quite a bit when I'm going out to the mall or when I'm just running a quick errand. It just lets me just grab my stuff and shove it in there without having to think about it. And so I absolutely just love this bag. Bag number 2 in my collection that I use quite often is going to be none other than my Palm Springs mini backpack. If you're not new to my channel, you're gonna know that this bag was probably the bag that held the title for my most used bag in my collection. Until recently, until bag number 1, which I will show you soon, had arrived into my collection, I still grab this one just as much. However, the fact that I use the other one more for work purposes is the reason why this one unfortunately got dethroned. But anytime that I am going on a day trip, or anytime that I am going to like an amusement park or like a carnival or something fun, I always bring this bag with me. It is a great bag for shopping as well, just because it comes with the removable straps. You can wear it in a multitude of ways: crossbody, shoulder bag, or even as a backpack. There's just so much you can do with this piece, and it just also fits a ton. And this bag actually fits a lot more stuff than my Keepall XS, surprisingly. This one actually fits a toiletry pouch 15, whereas my Keepall XS cannot. So this one does fit a little bit more. However, that being said, it does fit more, but when you pack it in there, it might be difficult to get things out of there. So that's why I don't tend to overstuff this one as well. So keep that in mind, but absolutely still love the Palm Springs mini backpack. And if you're looking for something that you can be super casual and very functional, this bag is your piece. And bag number 1 is going to be none other than my Speedy 30 in the Damir Bean print. I absolutely love this bag, and I use this bag every single day for work when I don't need to bring my laptop. And she just is a workhorse. And recently, I've been using it as a cute shoulder bag. And I just love the versatility of this bag and how much stuff can fit in there. And it just really is carefree. This bag has weathered the rain, it has weathered the Canadian snow, and it's just something that I was not expecting to be this durable, especially in the Canadian weather. And there are some markings on there, obviously, but to be honest with you, the bag looks in great shape, and I do have an organizer in there, which is why it is keeping its shape and structure. But honestly, this is a really great work bag in my opinion, and I'm so happy to have this in my collection. Thank you so much for watching. I really do hope you enjoyed today's video. And that wraps up my top 5 most used designer handbags in my collection. I was considering putting the P9 on the list. However, I only recently got it, and I definitely use these bags a little bit more than the P9 for obvious reasons. And so maybe next year it will make the list. I also wanted to say thank you again, Pamela, for the video suggestion. I thought this was a really fun idea. And with that being said, if you like this kind of content or simply want to see more of me, then definitely hit that like and subscribe button. And until next time, I will see you in the next one. Bye for now.